which shall believe on me through their word. This is Yahweh Shah speaking about the disciples now. You can read this chapter to find that out. All right? He's praying, this is the prayer he made to his father. That they may be one as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee. That they may be one, just as I am in thee. This is thou art in me, and I am in thee. So the Most High, Yahweh, the Most High and His Son are not the same entity. They're one in agreement. They have one mind. Father in me, Father art in me, and I in thee, that they may be one in us, that they may be one, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me, and the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one. So does it mean that there's one disciple now? That they may be one even as we are one. So that means there's one disciple, right? Of course it don't mean there's one disciple. That they may be one, even as we are one. Meaning that they may be of one mind, that they may be of one accord, that they may be of one spirit, just as we are one. Because the being of one spirit or one soul means to be of one agreement, to be of one mind. Okay, to be in like-mindedness or sameness with that other person, with that other entity. Okay, we're one with the Lord because we agree with the Lord. We agree with the Lord teaches. So we're one with Him. We already went to them scriptures about being unified in the bond of peace. Unified in the bond of peace, unity of the Spirit. We already went to that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get there. But let's keep going now. Now let's go to back to 1 Samuel 18:1. And it came to pass when he had made and ended speaking unto Saul that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Oh, see, that means he's homosexuals. He loved him as his own soul. What we just read in Deuteronomy 13:6, it said, which is as or thy friend, which is as thine own soul. That's somebody's friend. You fool. And don't get mad if I'm calling you a fool. Fools all over the Bible, man. Okay? And it says, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. But let's get some scriptures on that. Was that mean they're homosexuals? No, it don't mean they're homosexuals. Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter, Leviticus 19. That's in the law, man. Leviticus 19:18, man. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, man. So when the scripture said he loved him as his own soul, he loved his neighbor as himself, man. Damn dummies. And the Lord reiterated that in the book of Matthew 22nd chapter, man. I'm getting pissed off now, man. Now I'm getting riled up, man. Now I'm getting pissed the hell off, man. You know? This is when the Pharisees came and approached the Lord, man. I'm starting verse 34, Matthew 22:34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment of the law? See, I'm gonna get this guy. What's the great commandment of the law? Let's see how much you know. You know? Yahweh Shah said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. See, there it goes again. And on these two commandments and all the law and the prophets. What does that mean, on these two commandments and all the law and the prophets? Because you love the Most High with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Guess what? You wouldn't have no other God before him. Because you love the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind. You wouldn't make any graven images and bow down to them. You'll remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. You wouldn't take the name of the Lord the Most High in vain. You wouldn't be no damn homo. If you loved your neighbor as yourself, you wouldn't bear false witness on your neighbor. You wouldn't covet your neighbor's wife. You wouldn't covet your neighbor's ox. You wouldn't kill your neighbor, meaning murder. Okay, which is malice forethought. All right, that's what that's talking about. You'll honor your father and your mother. So the Lord reiterated that commandment, Leviticus 19:18, man. But let's keep going. It says he loved him as his own soul, right? 1 John the 4th chapter in the 7th verse. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of the Most High, and everyone that loveth is born of the Most High, knoweth the Most High. So it said, let us love one another, for love is of the Most High. That was of the Most High. For him loved David as his own soul. And everyone that loveth is born of the Most High and knoweth the Most High. So that's complete. That's of the Lord, man. That's righteous, man. You know? Now, let me go back, read this verse again. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Let's go to that word friend. This is that word friend. See if I can find it. And see, none of this shit. None of this stuff. See if I can find it. Middle East. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm going to. Middle East. It is believed that in some parts of the Middle East, friendship is more demanding when compared with other cultures. Friends are people who respect each other regardless of shortcomings and will make personal sacrifices in order to assist another friend without considering the experience and imposition. Which goes into the whole thing with David and Jonathan. With Saul throwing a spear at David, but we're going to go into that in later shows. Don't mind all of this stuff, these pictures and all of that. Now let's go back to 1 Samuel, the 18th chapter, in the second verse now. And Saul took him that day and will let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. We already went into that. This is the covenant. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him. Oh, he stripped himself of the robe. See, look, he was naked. You damn dummy. He wasn't naked. He had some clothes under his robe, man. What the hell is wrong with you? Can't you use some damn sense, man? And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments and different garments. Here, take this. Here, take this, David. Take that, David. It don't mean he saw him outside and just took over all the clothes, you damn fools. And gave him his garments. Why would you give him somebody your garments, man? Matter of fact, hold on. Check this out. See if I can find the scripture, man. Check this out. This is a cut, man. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse See, man, it got me in the spirit. Y'all about to got me in the spirit, man. I'm gonna go right to the point. Romans 13 and 14. When you read this, you'll understand why he says it, because he's going to how, you know, walk. I'll start from verse 12. Romans 13 and 12. I'll start from 11. I'll start from 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Oh, see, love your neighbor as yourself, right? If you love your neighbor, you wouldn't do ill to your neighbor, do evil, do bad to your neighbor. So love worketh no ill to his neighbor. So were David and Jonathan wrong? Because if you love your neighbor, you wouldn't do bad to your neighbor. Therefore, love is the feeling of the Lord. Right? Love is the feeling of what? Leviticus 19:18 in the law. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep. Right? It's time to wake out of sleep because we're in the end times. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. And Apostle Paul said this 2,000 years ago. The night is far spent. Right? The night is far spent. Yahushua was that light. When Yahushua left, we was in the night. He was that light. And when he left, we was now in the night. The day is at hand, meaning what? When the day comes, that's when what? The sun is shining. But Yahushua, who is the son of the Most High, which he's not the sun, the S-U-N for you Egyptologists out there. The night is far spent, which Yahushua is that light. And when he left, we were now in the night because our light had left us. Our light went back to the Father. Now the day is at hand. The day is at hand when Yahushua, who is our light, should come back and shine upon us. Let us therefore, with him making his second coming, making his second coming. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light, which is this knowledge, these scriptures. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness. When you look that up, that goes back into the festivals of Bacchus, drinking, partying, clubbing, in that modern day fashion, But in ancient world, that was the festival of Bacchus, where you would get drunk and people be all partying, naked and stuff like that. He was saying, man, we got to walk honestly. We can't be doing none of that stuff. Not in chambering, which that's adultery, wantonness, meaning undisciplined, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust of the flesh thereof. So don't make provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust of the flesh thereof. Don't fulfill the lust of the flesh by engaging in those acts. Put ye on Yahushua. But are we literally putting on Yahushua? Is Yahushua on our back and we're walking around? No, we're putting on Yahushua because we're like one. We're being one unto him. Okay? We're one with Yahushua, and Yahushua is one with us. That's putting on Yahushua. Walking the lifestyle Yahushua walked. Okay? One more scripture. And I'm going to tell you why I said this is a cut. Galatians 3:26. For ye are all children of the Most High by faith in Yahushua. For as many as you have been baptized into Yahushua have put on Yahushua. Now, why did I go to that? Let's read 1 Samuel 18 and 4. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments. He gave him his robe and he gave him his garments. That was a figurative representation of him putting on Jonathan, of him and Jonathan becoming one. Because if we put on Yahushua, we're one with Yahushua. We're in agreement with Yahushua, of one soul with Yahushua, of one mind with Yahushua. We're walking the life of Yahushua by putting on Yahushua, as you read in Galatians 3:27 and Romans 13:14. So when Jonathan stripped himself of his robe and gave it to David and his garments, David was symbolically putting on Jonathan, man. Showing that they was of one mind, of one soul, of one accord, of one agreement. Just as we are when we put on Yahushua when you come into this truth. Which this truth is the scriptures. And the scriptures tell you, keep your garments lest you walk naked. The garments is the knowledge. And Yahushua is this knowledge. When you read the scriptures, man. He's this knowledge. He's the knowledge, and we putting on these garments, which is Yahushua, man. All right? He's the knowledge, which is these scriptures, and the scriptures are like unto garments, and we put these garments on. And by putting these garments on, we're putting on Yahushua, because we're putting on these scriptures, which is our garments, which Yahushua is the scriptures. All right? And give it to David and his garments, even to his sword and to his bow and to his girdle. Oh, well, he gave him his sword, his bow, and his girdle. Why would we do that? Well, let's get into that for you numbskulls. This is the new galleries of Oriental arms and armor. I'm gonna go right to the point. See, this goes into I'm gonna start from here. This exhibition, which covers the near, middle, and far east, makes it practical to compare the workmanship of various Eastern countries, and also the noteworthy Oriental with the best Occidental objects. I'm gonna start from verse right here. I said verse, meaning sentence. He was familiar with every process that could be used in shaping and ornamenting. It's talking about this is talking about an armor, what an armor knew, a person who made armor and stuff. It says he was familiar with every process and could be used in shaping and ornamenting iron, hammering, welding, embossing, chasing, the masoning, etching, gilding with mercury, amalgam, wire drawing, the application of nilo and enamel and gems. Most of our objects are enriched by some of these time-consuming techniques. Hence, they are not ordinary military equipment, but rather parade arms, personal symbols of a soldier's importance and nobility. So, military equipment is what? A personal symbol of a soldier's importance and nobility. Despite their warlike associations, such weapons were often presented to rulers as tokens of friendship, in accordance with the Oriental custom of never appearing before a sovereign or superior without gifts. So weapons, despite their warlike associations, weapons were personal symbols of the soldier's importance and nobility. Which Jonathan was a soldier, so his girdle, which a girdle used to protect your chest and your stomach, his arrows and his sword, those are all personal symbols of a soldier's importance and nobility. They were personal symbols of Jonathan's importance and of Jonathan's nobility. Despite their warlike associations, like his girdle, his sword, and his arrows, such weapons were often presented to rulers as tokens of friendship, in accordance with the Oriental custom of never appearing before a sovereign or superior without gifts. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. It said before a sovereign or superior without gifts. Well, an Oriental talking about the East, man. It don't mean China. It don't necessarily mean China or Japan or somewhere. Anyway, it says never appearing before a sovereign or superior without gifts. So wait a minute. David wasn't the king of Israel. What about that? Huh? What you mean by that? What you gonna say about that? Well, we got something for you. They're gonna go to 1 Samuel's. They go to 1 Samuel's, the 13th chapter. You're right. David wasn't the king of Israel at that time. But guess what? He was soon to be. He was the king. If you really want to say it, he was the king of Israel in the spirit already, without having the crown on his head. Because what? This is 1 Samuel 13:13. And Samuel said to David, Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly, because the Most High commanded Saul to go to the Amalekites, which are Edomites, which you white people are Edomites, and you so-called Jews are the Amalekites. And he's supposed to slaughter all of the people of Amalek and all of their babies and all of their cattle. And Samuel said, but he saved some cattle for a sacrifice to the Lord, man. The Lord said, kill everything. And Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. If you had listened, you would have been established king forever. But now thy kingdom should not continue. The Lord have saw him a man after his own heart. And the Lord have commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. So the Most High chose a man after his own heart. And that's talking about King David, to be the king of Israel. So David was really already the king without having the crown put on his head. The Most High was already dealing with David, man. All right? See that? He was already dealing with David, man. There's another scripture I was thinking about. It might be in the book of Acts. Bear me 1 second, man. Yeah, because it didn't say David right there. Somebody said, well, I ain't talking about David because it didn't say David's name. It proves talking about David. Well, we're going to prove it to you. It's in 1 Samuel 13th chapter, and it's in Acts, the 13th chapter. Okay? Acts 13:21. And after they desired a king, talking about the children of Israel, and the Most High gave unto them Saul, the son of Kish, or Cis, okay, a man of the tribe of Benjamin, by the space of 40 years. And when he had removed them, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony, and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill my will. So that's talking about David, man. All right? That's talking about David. Go down real quick. And it's the Apostle Paul speaking, by the way. So now, what else I want to go to? So that's talking about David. So when you go right here, and it tells you they were presented to rulers as tokens of friendship. That was a token of their friendship, token of their covenant, man. To a ruler, because you shouldn't appear before a sovereign. It was not a custom. The custom was never appearing before a sovereign or superior without gifts. David was superior to Jonathan. He was over Jonathan in the spirit, man. Without already being claimed king. He was his superior. Oh, well, he wasn't his king, no, but he was a superior. He was a man after his own heart. We just read it in the scriptures. And with that, I'm going to close. I'm going to say, hope you brothers learned something. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know, hope you brothers learned something. Until next time. Shalom.